What's up, my hippies? Mark Christopher here, wearing the what looks like a Power Ranger Mastodon shirt today. How are you? Like I said a second ago, Mark Christopher from the Hippie Picks here with another interview. Today we have something very awesome. She is the first female of the Hippie Pick interview series. I'm very excited. She is an artist from Switzerland, WhiteVal, from WhiteVal's World. She's got a new single out, and I'm very excited to talk to her today about that. Not only that, she's left-handed. So let's get WhiteVal on the horn. WhiteVal, hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm doing very good, thank you very much.
You're from Switzerland.
Yes. From the French part of Switzerland, to be exact.
Very nice. So I have to ask immediately, what color is your hair? I love it.
Okay, so now this is a blend of violet, purple, and blue, because it's been washed a few times now, but originally it's very purple. Now it's kind of starting to wash away.
It looks very cool. I very much love it. So much to talk about today. First of all, you're left-handed. That's amazing.
Here it is. This is my left hand. There we go.
Yes. What kind of guitar is that?
Okay, this is my custom guitar that I had made by a guitar maker, luthier here. It's called a Dennis. This is the name of the guy who made it. He made it according to my specs because I wanted a smaller guitar. For aesthetical reason first, I have to be honest. I mean, guitars on people of my size, average woman size, kind of look big, you know? Yeah. And I thought that I wanted my own thing to look as good as if I was a 6 feet tall gentleman.
Yeah.
So I did that also for technical reasons. You know, my hands are average and not as big as some of those great virtuosos are out there, you know. And I wanted to be able to play the technical stuff as well. So a smaller, shorter fretboard was a good thing for me. That's two main reasons why I did that.
And you have two signature guitars, correct?
I have even three. I have two like these. They are called the WhiteVal, like my artist name, WhiteVal. This is the girl. I have the boy over there with a tremolo bar and white pickups. And I have another, you might see it actually in the reflection in the mirror, leaning against the wall. It's called a Philippe Dubreuil. It's a custom guitar that I had made years ago because my guitars were stolen. So I had to replace it. And since, as left-handed players, we do not have so much choice, you see. And as you know, since you're already a lefty, I see your tally over there, you know. And so I wanted something a bit more custom for me, not to have just your average Fender, you know. And now it's getting better. We have more choice, but you know, back then it was really like a black and white Fender is basically what you had.
Yep. And it cost more too.
Yeah, that too.
So can people buy that guitar? Can people buy your model?
No, it's a unique thing that I had made. There are companies who make smaller models, you know. But this one is, and there's my name on it, you know, so it's really
Very cool. I like that. That's really cool guitar.
Thank you.
So you're a musician, you play. How long have you been playing?
Well, I started out as a kid playing classical guitar because at the time when I started out, this is the only thing you could do. I mean, there were no rock teachers out there, you know, when I started out. So I did my classical training, and then as a teenager, I moved on to rock and pop music. I took on electric guitar from there.
What inspired you to make that transition from classical? Because I didn't grow up playing classical. As an adult, I love my classical guitar. I have two classical guitars and I absolutely love playing classical over anything else, but I didn't start off like you playing classical as a kid. So where was that transition? Where was that switch?
Well, when I got 13, my classical guitar teacher stopped teaching, and he had to be replaced by some other guy that I felt was very didn't feel the guy, you know. So I said I'm not going to continue, and anyway I want to change style now because I had become a huge fan of a band, you know, of a pop band. And I wanted to play their songs badly. And in classical music, they don't really teach you the chords. You know, you don't play chords. You play like little stuff like, sorry, I have the tremolo on. You know, I have no tremolo in classical guitar. Like, you know, stuff like that. There are no chords, you know. So I wanted to play the chords to be able to sing with the song, sing along with the song. So I decided to have another teacher who could teach me that, you know. That's why I switched.
Okay.
And I had, my father bought me my first electric guitar.
Nice. Go Dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool. And it came with an amp, you know, and a microphone. So it was no, you know, it was a real, and it was a surprise too. So I didn't expect it. So, great 13th birthday for me.
So it was your birthday present.
Yeah, but it came a little later because we had to order in Switzerland at the time. To get a guitar was a big deal. We were not in a big city. We came from a village, you know, and so I didn't have it on the day of my birthday. I had to wait a month or something, but I got it. I didn't know I was going to get it because the birthday was past.
Yeah. I want to stop you because it just dawned on me. You're lefty, but when you first started playing classical, did they try to teach you right-handed, or was your dad like, get her a lefty classical?
Actually, no, they were pretty considerate of that because it's less complicated because the guitar is symmetrical in classic. So you just have to change it's easier basically to do than in electric. You don't have the knobs and the tremolo thing and the tremolo bar and everything. So the guy just put it in my hand, see which way I was going to take it. I took it lefty, and he didn't discuss that. So he said, she's a lefty, buy her a lefty guitar. And I went to the store and they gave me a lefty, and I never regretted it.
That's really cool. My first classical was right-handed, and I did like what you did. I switched the strings around. And my first guitar, when my mom got me my first guitar, it was acoustic. And finally, when I got my first electric, it was a right-handed electric. And I was like, what? I can't do this. It was complicated. Yeah, I could pick your brain all day on left-handed guitar stuff. And you're not the first left-handed musician I've had on this show. I don't know if you've seen that before, but
yes, I've seen another guitar player who's lefty too. Yeah, on your show,
which is very cool. So you have WhiteVal World. You graduated from the classical guitar to the more pop and rock, and now you're doing your thing. I want to know more about how you got started into your musical career.
Okay, I started out writing songs as soon as I got my way around chords. You know, I learned the chords and I started writing my own thing. But I was still a teenager, and then I started to buy my first 4-track. It was called a Fostex. It was an old like tape machine. It was still old tape machines, and I started to make my first demos, I guess. And that's how I started out. Then I wanted to make this a career. So I had bands, I played out. Switzerland was not really a good place to have a music career. I went on and had several bands and who were very promising and then failed because of the usual stories about being in a band. And then I said, okay, I'm going to do a solo project. So it's all relying on me, and I can only blame myself if it's not working out.
That's very true.
So, I've been writing my own songs all my life, basically. This is what I do.
That's so cool. When I was younger, I didn't understand chords. I didn't understand music, but I knew how to compose and make stuff up. You know, It wasn't bad. It wasn't like, oh man, that's horrible. Like I knew how to just play. And I knew how to make something sound really great. Now, if you were to be like, what are you playing? I would say, I have no clue. I don't even know what key I'm in, but it sounds really cool and it's all together, you know?
Yeah, if you have a good ear, you have it all, man.
Yeah. Well, my family was very blessed to be very musically inclined. So that's kind of where I got that gene from. You know?
Yeah, good for you. Good for you. Excellent.
I saw a video of you online where you were playing the ukulele. Other than bass and guitar and ukulele, what else can you play?
I can play the drums and I can sing.
Nice.
I play a bit of piano. I compose on piano, but I couldn't play on stage on piano. I'm not confident enough, but I can definitely write a song and play chords
Okay.
for my own songwriting.
Okay. So I have some things I want to talk to you about. You released a single a while ago called She's an Animal, which is awesome.
She was an animal.
She was an animal. I'm sorry, I thought it was she is. I got my facts wrong. But so I was watching the video that you did. Well, it was recent when we're doing this interview, but it might be a couple weeks from now. Where you did a live video of it at home.
Yeah, oh my God, yeah.
That was so cool. I loved your energy. Is that what it's like on stage?
Hopefully, yeah. It's my energy, so I suppose it's not changing from my bedroom to being on stage.
When I watched it, because it's very condensed, you know, like you got just what you can see in the camera, and I thought, man, she's gonna hit her head on the ceiling.
Yeah, that was actually very close because I was jumping on my bed in my bedroom, and I was very excited to do the video, and I was really into the music, and I didn't really think anymore about the ceiling. And it would have been a good joke video if I had hurt myself, for sure.
Probably wouldn't have posted it though.
I probably would have if I didn't hurt myself too much, you know, because then it's not fun, you know, if people really are hurting themselves, it's not fun. So, but no, I managed to stay in control of the whole thing. And the reason I shot those videos is because it was the beginning of the confinement in Switzerland because of the virus. And every artist tried to entertain a bit people, you know, because people were a bit, just had to stay at home. It was a bit scary and frightening. So we tried to entertain the way we could in a very basic way. These are really super basic videos shot with an iPhone and just no light show, nothing. It's just the music and you goofing around basically. So yeah, I'm glad you loved the video because I had fun making them.
So we have a new single though. I want to hear about this new single.
Okay, so this is well the new single that I released, and it's a bit of a different mood than the first one, than She Was an Animal. And it's more of a dark wave type of ambience than the straight alternative rock than what She Was an Animal. Yeah, hopefully people are gonna like it. It's talking about the power of the mind when it overpowers your soul and makes you mentally anxious, you know. And I'm attacking this subject. I'm tackling this subject.
Yeah.
The video.
Nice. Oh, there's a video too?
Hopefully there will be a video this time. I will not promise anything because it's a bit complicated right now shooting videos because again the virus, but I'll see what I can do.
Okay. All right.
I'll see what I can do.
Where did you record this song at?
Ooh, it's in my little private home studio with my little computer. And yeah, you cannot really record anywhere anymore. Anyway, this is the way I'm doing things right now. I developed myself as also as an engineer because, you know, with technology and everything, you know. So I can do my own stuff at home, you know. You have to love working on your own though, which is not always great, but you're very independent and that's a good thing.
And I think as a musician, it's one thing if you're a phenomenal, like if you're like a virtuoso of like one particular instrument, but I think it's also wise to learn as much as you can about every single aspect, you know, whether it be marketing, whether it be booking, whether it be the recording side of things. That way you aren't at the mercy of somebody else. You can always say, hey, you know what? Time out. This ain't working. Let me do this. I can mix it the way I need to. I can master it the way I want. And you don't have to worry about being at the mercy of somebody else or even paying somebody else to do it. You know, if you have the equipment, you can do it.
That's the great advantage. Now, to be fair, it requires an enormous amount of time and expertise to do things right, you know, the mixing and the mastering. And I tried to push myself as far as I can, but at some point you have to delegate, because when I started this profession out, I never thought I had to do marketing for myself or learn to use social media or whatever. You know, I just wanted to be on stage writing my music and sell records. This is why I got into this business, not to become a marketing expert. I don't care about that, you know. But now, as an artist, you have to do that. People expect you to do that. Nobody's paying attention to you if you don't give that now, you know. There are exceptions to the rules, of course, but as an independent artist who is playing her own music, which not necessarily super trendy in a very definite market, especially for a woman, a rock woman out there, you know, it's still, you know, doesn't sell as well that maybe a label would have an interest in, you know, like pop music, you know. So you have to know that it is a lot of work to be an independent artist. You know, it's not just, oh, I can do everything myself. It's a lot of work, really.
Yeah. Well, I will say this, because I do have a legal team. You know, I have two. Yeah, I have 3 lawyers that I work with regularly, and I seek advice from. And probably 3 or 4 months ago, I was discussing something I needed to get done with my legal team, and my lawyer said, it's going to take some work, but you can do it. Like, you can do it. Now, I can do it for you, but I'll charge you, you know, X number of dollars.
Yeah.
If you put in the time, you can do this on your own. And that's really difficult, but the reality is it's more rewarding, right?
It is. But then you have so much energy in a day that you can put into the legal stuff. It's what is great is that now with the internet, there's a lot of information that you can have access to for free. That is really eye-opening and very, very useful. So, but it's always great to have a legal team that you can call to reassure you about stuff. Right. And you're very blessed, because here in Switzerland, we don't have, in the US, you have tons of entertainment lawyers. This is a profession that is completely out there. But in Switzerland, entertainment lawyers, we don't really have very much of those, because it's starting out now, but you know, there are very little entertainment lawyers. And this was always an immense frustration for me, because, you know, it's complicated to get advice, you know, or you have to, I wish I would have a legal team too.
Yeah.
to be honest, and I will at some point. But people who really know what they're talking about and are doing this every day, you know.
Yeah. It's tough. It's really tough. And I think you need both. I think you need people that can give you advice, but then I also think you need people that are like, you can do it yourself.
No, that's good advice too. And you say you have a legal team, so you have more than one, which is, I'm amazed. How many lawyers do you have?
I have 3.
Why 3? Why just not one?
Well, because I just, not that I don't trust one over the other. You
ask for every one of them the same question and compare answers, or?
Yeah, I've done that before. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And one of them shot me down and said, no, you can't do this. And I went, I think I can.
Yeah.
And they were like, I would not pursue this route. And I went and talked to my other guy, and he said, yeah, I mean, you probably need to. I went, okay. You know, we can get more into that off camera if that's okay.
I'm sorry you got carried away by it.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I probably should have, I have my lawyer gave me a coffee mug to plug on the show one day. and I have yet to bring it in. I should have brought it in today, but it's okay.
Okay. By the way, I see you have a very cool mug there. What's in it?
Ooh, today I am drinking, what is this called? It's coconut water with pineapple, which is really delicious. And then it says, best little sister ever.
Oh, I suppose you have a sister then.
Yeah, I do. I have an adopted little sister. I love her to death. And when she was really little, like 2 or 3 or whatever, I'd be sipping on my coffee and she'd be like, no. So I'd always put like water or milk in there and she'd be like, yeah. And she loved it. And then she graduated to coffee. And my grandmother, when I was 5, she got me drinking coffee. And I've been drinking coffee since I was a child. So I thought, why not, you know? And one of my little sister's things to do is to go get coffee at Starbucks or Beans, which is a local coffee shop here in town. And she loves it. So I got her this mug for Christmas. That being said, I jacked it today because I don't know if you're a sister or not, but
I don't have a sister, no.
Okay. Well, you are my first female interview person on the show. So I'm very excited.
Hey.
Yeah. So, okay, we got the interview, not the interview. We got the new single, which is released. What is coming up next?
Well, hopefully some shows, but again, with the virus, I don't know where we're going with this, you know. So I might have to go into the live streaming stuff, which, you know, I will have to deal with that too. Yeah. And it's all a big mess, you know. What are we all going to do with this? You know, I'm not getting discouraged because we always find a way and there's always a creative way around things. But I cannot really tell you, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, because I have no guarantee. So I don't want to promise anything, basically.
When it comes to your music, what are some of your biggest, who are some of your biggest influences for your new style of your independent solo career?
Wow, my influences are many, of course, because I've been doing this, you know. I've been influenced by all styles of music. You want a favorite guitar player or a group or band or a singer? What do you want? Whoever
inspired you.
Well, I can start from the very beginning then. When I was a kid, I was a big fan of ABBA, the Swedish band.
Yeah.
I'll tell you the truth. I'm very proud of it, and I never changed my mind about it. I think this is great music, and I love disco. So they're not only disco, they're pop music first. They had their disco period in the 70s, and with their disco masterpiece, Dancing Queen and everything. So that was, I suppose, my first influence. Then I got very much into hard rock because it was like in Europe, it was the Scorpions. You know, I don't know if you're familiar with that band. Yeah. Still Loving You. Yeah. And the first guitar solo that I tried to pick up on my own was the Still Loving You solo. So I got into the hard rock period, and then I fell in love with Prince, you know, and I listened to him for years, only him. I got some sort of fixation, like bang, for 5 or 6 years, I would listen only to him, more or less, because I would listen to the radio, of course, and I would listen to other stuff, but I was a maniac with the Prince stuff, you know, really very much. Then I stopped listening to music because I was doing my own music and I didn't want to be influenced. So I just wanted to do my thing, you know. So but I guess my first influence are pop, hard rock, and funk. This is what I would say.
Very good combination. I very much love those. I have to ask, did you ever listen to or like Nirvana, Kurt Cobain?
Yes, I was familiar with them. It was already the period where I had started to stop listening to music, really, but they were so everywhere that you couldn't, you know. And I had also guitar students who wanted to learn, you know, Nirvana. So I had to listen, and I thought they were great, and I still do.
When I watched your in-home video, and I didn't know that you were jumping on the bed, right? But I saw that.
Well, actually, don't realize I'm jumping on the bed. They thought I'm really jumping that high myself.
That's what I thought.
No, I'm not an athlete like that. Sorry.
you reminded me of Kurt Cobain in his live stage energy.
Oh yeah.
He would just jump and go all over. And I thought, man, this is refreshing. Like, this is awesome. Because you see people nowadays and they do their jumps and they do their moves and they got their things, but no one just has that energy that Kurt was just like, yeah, I don't care. I'm just going nuts.
Yeah,
and you were like, you know what? I'm at home. I'm just doing this video. It's all for fun, but I'm giving it my all in everything I do. And I really respected that in your video. I was like, man, that's so cool.
Thank you. Actually, it does require a lot of energy to jump on the bed for 3 minutes. You know, it seems like easy, but no, I was exhausted, and you can tell at the end, I'm really out of breath, you know. Really. And Kurt is a lefty too, huh? Like us.
Yeah.
He's a left-handed guitar player.
Right.
Kurt Cobain.
Yeah, when I got into his music, I was just getting out of high school. Yeah, I really fell in love with Nirvana. I loved the music. I loved Nirvana. I just thought the whole idea of it was awesome. And I said to my friend, I go, hey, can we go see them live? And they said,
you saw them live, right?
No, I said, can we go see them live? And my friend was like, man, they've been dead. The lead singer has been dead for years. I'm like, what? I had no idea. I mean, growing up as a kid, I didn't know who Nirvana was. You know, and I was so upset because I thought I'll never get to see this band live, and they're so cool. You know.
That was a great loss for music, indeed.
Yeah. So you are a guitar player. Do you use any certain type of picks? This is a pick show.
Yes, I do. The days of playing with fingers are over since the classical days for me. Well, I have, you know, I started out with the usual, when I was a kid, teenager, with the usual Dunlop 0.60 millimeter. Then I moved on to the 73 millimeter, then to the 88, you know, and then I had enough of this. And I discovered the Jazz 3. So these guys, can you see them? Yeah. Were like instrumental in developing the control and the speed. You know, I played many years with those, but they are, you know, I liked the size at first, but then I thought they were a bit like small, especially to play funk music, you know. So I found the extra large Jazz 3, you know, which is cool too. Even though they're a bit thick to play anything funk, you know, it's too much resistance on the strings.
That extra large Jazz 3, I dropped it. But this was made by my buddy James from J Metal R Plectrums up in Canada.
Looks good.
Yeah, and he sent me another one. This is called the Vintage. This is the Ghost, and this is the Vintage. And it's, I don't know if you can see it, but it's see-through. I don't know if you can see my finger.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
Very nice. Very amazing.
Very, very beautiful picks. Yeah, they look really cool. The green one looks very disco, and I love it. Yeah, very disco. Fantastic. Then I tried that thing. I didn't try for long because it was called can you see that? It was supposed to help you gain speed. You know, there's a little, you know, that you were supposed to just play with a little, a tip, very pointed tip, you know, and supposed to be like really focusing on that, you know.
Yeah.
I didn't try it too long, but I tried that. And I try the metal one. In metal, this is like steel or something. I don't know. But nah, it didn't work for me. And then I got into the Ibanez. Ibanez is actually what I play most right now.
Okay.
Those guys, the Ibanez. They're a mix. They're pointy. I need like the pointed tip for speed.
Yeah.
I need the flexibility for funky rhythms. And now I've discovered the Hippie Picks.
Yeah, those are my picks.
I got them about a week ago, as you know, and I practice with them quite a lot now, and I'm very happy. They're lovely. I can do everything I need to do with them.
Right.
And you sent me, several thickness, and they work it works very well. I'm very happy with those. Thank you very much. I won the contest, I have to say.
Good. Yes.
So yeah, I'm gonna use them now. Definitely. They have a great sound.
Man, you're awesome. I very much enjoyed this interview.
Thank you.
I have two final questions for you. One, where can people find your music?
Okay. You can find my music on my website, WhiteVal.com, where I sell my music on there. I have a music store. And there's also a great online store in the US called, it's available in the whole world, not only in the US, but it's called Bandcamp.
Yeah.
And maybe you're familiar with it, I don't know. For those who don't know, it's a great online store, which is very fair with musicians. You keep most of the money for your music, and you can charge whatever you want. You can ask people to pay whatever they want. I think this is a great system, and I wish there were more like this for independent musicians, really. So these are the main places where you can find my music. And probably in the future, you will be able to find it in the usual download stores like iTunes, Amazon Music, and stuff like that.
Okay, cool. Very cool. I saw the other day you made a post that we were already preparing for this whole interview, and I saw the post and I thought, man, we definitely need to talk about that because that is powerful stuff.
Okay.
The post said, clean nature and it'll clean you back.
Mm-hmm.
Where did you come up with that?
Okay, that's a little slogan that do you say slogan? Slogan?
Yeah, I said logo, whatever. Slogan's fine.
Slogan. So you understand what I mean? Because in French we say slogan, it's like it's slogan.
Yeah.
So I was wondering if it was the same in
yeah.
Okay, so yeah, well, I was doing my usual cleaning nature stuff. When I go out and go for a walk, I occasionally take a bucket with me and pick up trash because it's revolting, this trash in nature. And I came up with this little idea, and really it is true. I feel cleansed and myself energetically when I go into the forest, for instance, and I feel so much better, away from electronics, and which can give you a little tension, always sitting in front of the computer and with the telephones and everything. And I felt this is really a reciprocity between nature and the human being. We are interacting, and I clean the forest, and the forest cleans me energetically.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool,
Yeah.
It was an exchange and a communication, not only me picking up trash, trees are alive, and it's a bit, it's how I feel about the whole thing. And I really feel better when I come back from this, from a walk in nature. I feel better, less me. If I'm a bit depressed, it lifts it off. It works. It really does work. And I would advise everybody to try if you have the chance to be close to nature, which I know not everybody has, and it's a shame. But even in a city, in a park, you can do that.
Yeah. I like the idea of like when you live in a house, right? you live in an apartment, a house, a home, whatever type of living situation you live in, you don't just throw stuff on the ground.
Yeah.
You know, we live in the earth. This is our home.
Yeah.
We need to protect and care for it and take care of it because it is a living thing. Now, you and I are living things. We can interact with each other, but I can't go talk to a tree per se because a tree doesn't speak English or French or whatever. And okay, so yeah, it's just a tree, man. No, it is, but it's also a living being. I'm looking at a tree right now. It's a humongous tree right outside this window. It's a beautiful tree. And you think, man, that tree's lived longer than I have and will probably still be there long after I'm gone.
Yeah.
We need to take care and preserve that and take care of our home, no matter where you are in life.
Yeah. We need to raise the consciousness so that, you know, people among the younger generation, I mean, are aware of that. They are aware. A lot of those young people are aware now. And but you still have those who are not, you know. And I think the relationship you have to nature is the relationship you have with yourself. If you don't respect yourself, you will not respect nature. You know, if you respect yourself and love yourself, you will understand that. And it's really a matter of people respecting themselves. Then respecting nature comes automatically, I believe.
Well, we're all here. We're all connected. We're all one thing. You know, we're human beings. And we may have different parts, you know, like you may be in a different country. I may be in a different location, you know. You may be right-handed. You may be left-handed. That's irrelevant. But we're all here. We're all together. When we take care of ourselves, when we take care of nature, we are taking care of ourselves as a collective whole.
Yeah, definitely. This is a message that's very important to me and that I'm trying to send occasionally. I'm mostly talking about music and guitars and, you know, on my Instagram. The WhiteVal World that you mentioned previously is the name of my Instagram account. It's not my artist name. My artist name is... No problem, son. I'm not complaining. I'm just clarifying. You know, my artist name is WhiteVal, and the Instagram account is WhiteVal World. This is just the difference. But at the same time, yeah, the world of the WhiteVal is a world where we clean the forest, and hopefully at some point we won't need to because nobody's going to throw trash anymore in nature.
I like that very much.
Yeah. Very good.
Well, this has been a great interview.
Thank you very much. And I would like to wear the Hippie Picks glasses for the final stage of this interview because I think it's relevant as we look alike. And I would like to thank you very much, Mark, for doing the contest and sending me from Kentucky, these great picks that you're making. I would say the design is lovely and I'm really enjoying them. And it was great to receive them. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And people can find you online. They just type in WhiteVal. Go check out her new single. It's awesome. Go check out her old singles because they're awesome as well. And just go figure out.
Thank you very much.
Go follow her. She's awesome. Val, it was great to talk to you today, and I will talk to you soon, okay?
Okay, thank you, Mark.
You're very welcome. I'll see you. She is awesome. She understands the value of taking care of... That was my phone. She understands the value of taking care of yourself and taking care of this world. She's an amazing artist who has a unique story. I'm jealous of people who grew up playing classical guitar because I didn't. I learned old electric stuff, you know, acoustic stuff. Ugh. And to be able to make that transition from classical to writing your own music and doing your own thing, I think is the basis of this show. Be you. Be different. Be original to who you are. Take care of yourself. Take care of the world around you. Because ultimately, that's where we live. Listen, I'd like to thank Classic Barbershop for sponsoring today's show. I'd like to thank WhiteVal for being able to take some time out and say hello and talk about her upcoming work. And if you have a unique story, get a hold of me. I would love to talk to you about it. I love you, and as always, be a hippie!
Girl, I wouldn't trust me if I were you, 'cause I am a sinner and you know what sinners do. I said, girl, I wouldn't trust me if I were you, 'cause I am a sinner and you know what sinners do. I am the barren moon, yeah, I am the grave. I am the thirsty desert and I am the flame. I am the barren moon, yeah, I am the grave. I am the thirsty desert and I am the flame. Girl, I wouldn't trust me if I were you, 'cause I am a sinner and you know what sinners do. I said, girl, I wouldn't trust me if I were you, 'cause I am a sinner and you know what sinners do. I am the locust leader, the hollowed horn, the roaring rooster that I cannot endure. I am the locust leader, the hollowed horn, the roaring rooster that I cannot endure. I hear the Lord calling out my name, but the devil warns me that I can't be saved. I hear the Lord calling out my name, but the devil warns me that I can't be saved. Lord, have mercy on me, on my will and my soul. Will I ever find you when these dry dusty bones? Girl, I wouldn't trust me if I were you, 'cause I am a sinner and you know what sinners do. I said, girl, I wouldn't trust me if I were you, 'cause I am a sinner and you know what sinners do.